you. You're upside down. Hi, baby. Look at your little gray belly. Look at your gray belly. Another. It's bedtime. You gotta go to bed. Yeah. You gotta go to bed, my girl. Look at those big eyes. Big eyes. Hi, baby. Hi. Eat your toes. Eat your toes. Oh, sleepy lady. Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello. Welcome to the start of another weekend vlog. I am here, I'm a little warm, contemplating turning my air on. It's been off all day because it's been like 22 degrees outside and I have my windows open, all that kind of stuff, but because I have my door closed now, because it's like 12:30 in the morning, and I don't want any weirdos seeing my door open from the street. I feel like I could probably turn their air conditioner back on. Anyways, hi, welcome to the vlog. This weekend's gonna be very chill once again. I this evening had a bug bite me, if you will, a creativity bug. It is literally a day after my book came out in the world. Hey, my book's out in the world. A favorite fave. Go buy it, please. Go support it. Go read it. Go get it. Go request it through your library. All the things. It's been a day and my brain is like, what if we do something creative instead of just sitting here playing more Tiny Bookshop and stuff? And I was literally playing Tiny Bookshop for like an hour and I got just annoyed with it for some reason. And I was like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I tried reading. I got 100 pages into a book and I DNF'd it. It was the romance book, Next Best Fling by Gabriela Gomez. I was bored out of my mind. I didn't care for either character. I didn't care for where the storyline was going, and like I just didn't feel any chemistry between them, or the words on the page were giving me nothing. I don't know. So I DNF'd it. It's totally fine. 100 pages into a romance book, whatever. But I'm in this mood where I'm like, I'm in a mood that I can't read anything because I know I'm just gonna get bored of it and hate it right away. And I didn't want to play any more video games. So then I was like, what if I just sit here and start planning shit? And I've decided, because I really want to work on Sage's story, but I also want to do, like if you saw that recent writing update and all that kind of stuff, you'll know that I have 3 ideas for books that I want to do in a video where I like outline them in a video. And so I decided I want to do that before I dive back into Sage's story, because I don't want to be distracted with Sage's story. I just want to focus on that entirely. And these 3 projects are distracting me. They're like getting in my brain. So I've started that vlog. And this evening I locked the fuck in and I have like 6 pages of notes now for one of the stories. And I'm very excited about it because I was writing in a red pen. It looks like dried blood on the page, which was apt for the story that I picked to do. I'm excited about this one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5 pages, because I now have vibes, goals, couple characters, couple ideas simmering in my brain now. I just need to go and I need to actually I think I need to read a couple more dystopian books. So, friends, I asked this in that video, but like by the time that video goes up, it's gonna be too late. But if you have any standalone dystopian recommendations or duology recommendations, tell me in the comments, because I need to, preferably standalone though, because I need to see how people are doing the dystopian in one book. I need to see. Like, I've read Chain Gang All-Stars. I have read Ava Reed's People for the End of the World. That fucking book is awful. Don't read that book. Chain Gang All-Stars is bananas, awesome, amazing, but that's not about taking down a regime. That's about, like, finding freedom kind of vibes. Any standalone dystopian books, leave them in the comments other than those, because I've read those already. Because I need to do my research and see how people are doing it in a one book shot. Like, how big are the scopes for a one book situation, you know? Otherwise, I'm going to be doing a duology, and I don't really want to do that. Even though duologies are very marketable. This piece of my hair is driving me nuts. The braid is falling out. Duologies are very marketable right now. I would rather just have like one book. I need my ideas to be less series leaning. Just be one book, you know? That would be nice. That would be nice. Anyway, so there's that. What am I going to be reading this weekend? I have no fucking idea. I've DNF'd the Nisha J. Tooley. Because I was just like, I'm never going to pick that one up again now that I've put it down. I have nothing that I want to be reading right now. I have the Ark, Isles of the Silver Sea on my Kobo that I'm still in the middle of. I'm still in the middle of Day of Fall Night, but who knows when I'm going to pick that one up again. I just don't want to. Not that it was a bad book. I just mood readered my way away from it. We'll see what I end up reading, if I end up reading anything. I really want to read something, so maybe I will leave it up to fate and like do a random number generator situation, or like maybe tomorrow I'll wake up and be like, oh, I want to read this book instead. So I have a lot of books from the library that I could be reading. I don't even know what like genre I want to read, which is why I was reading the fucking romance today. I have the audiobook for Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales that came through on Libby. So like maybe this, if I want like a cozy vibe. But today was a day that my brain was just like, no reading. You're gonna create instead. So there's that. But yeah, anyways, I have a cat at the end of the coffee table there and just like a mess around me. I apologize. She's very stretched out. I think she's snoozing. I also have my piano exam on Tuesday. I will be spending a lot of this weekend practicing and polishing and practicing and polishing and stuff like that because I have not taken an exam in over a decade for piano. There are a number of things that I know as a teacher. I teach piano. There are a number of things I know as a teacher, like I know what they will be, like I know obviously the material that they're going to be like quizzing on and stuff like that, like ear training and like sight reading and stuff like that. There are a number of elements of that I have kind of just given up on because one, I can't practice those things on my own. Two, I have never been good at some of those. And those are things that like, if you are not good at them, it is like years and years and years and years and years and years and years of training to become good at them. Because that is not something that comes easy to some people. Some people have like perfect pitch and can just do things easily by ear. I am not one of those people. So I will probably be fine on clapbacks. Will be absolutely atrocious on playbacks because that's how it goes. I'm not overly worried about interval identification, even though I'm probably going to get them wrong. Just because I'm like, I know which ones I need to know. I know vaguely what they all sound like because I've looked at them, I've played them or whatever kind of stuff. But like actively identifying on the fly is always somewhere that I've kind of tanked on exams. Never to say like I always used to get really good marks on my piano exams. I used to get really good marks. But like I'm so worried that I'm gonna not do well on this exam, even though I've been practicing this for this exam and like preparing for this exam for like 3 years now. So it's gonna be a lot of me just being like, oh my god, I can't play fucking arpeggios to save my life, so we're just gonna wing it and hope it works, because no matter how much, and I've always been like, arpeggios are my Trojan horse, or my kryptonite, or whatever you call it. Like I am so bad at them. I can play some of them on a good day. And I'm like, for my level 9 RCM, like there's no way that I'm gonna ace everything. So I'm like, in my head, I'm calculating like how I can vaguely make my way through this without losing too many points, because I have also realized over these past 3 years, I cannot memorize music anymore like I used to be able to as a kid. As a kid, I would learn the music not by the notes, but by what my teacher was showing me. So then I would memorize like in that moment. So I never needed my music to play. But once my teachers realized I was doing that, they like made me sight read all my music. So I was like, actually, okay, it's sight reading and stuff like that. And as a teacher, I've gotten really good at sight reading. So I'm like, that's totally fine. But like, I don't have the memorization skills anymore. And which is crazy. I've been playing these songs for 3 fucking years. I should have them memorized. On a good day, I can get through my Mozart. That's it. I cannot get through my other songs. I need the music in front of me, which is crazy because it's all muscle memory. So I don't know what's blocking me when I'm in the middle of a song. I think it's my brain, which sucks because in level 9 at the RCM, fun fact, the Royal Conservatory of Music in Canada, in level 9, you lose 2 points if you don't have a song memorized. Up until level 9, you gain 2 points if you've memorized a song. But like, if you don't have it memorized, that's fine. You just don't get those 2 points. I'm gonna lose 2 points on all of my songs, 4 of them. So I'm gonna lose 8 points right there, which is annoying, but that's okay. I'll make do. So it's one of those things I'm like balancing all the numbers in my brain. But yeah, so that's coming up on Tuesday. So I'm gonna be practicing a lot for that this weekend. Other than that, I have no plans. Not a one. And I'm very happy about it. So I had my launch on Thursday. That was really exciting. It was yesterday for me. It was really exciting. It was so fun. I have so much cake in my freezer now. My book's out in the world and I have sold 16 copies of it. That's it. It was a really, really low launch, which is so disheartening. But I just have to remember that nothing will ever compare to a Second Stories launch because that was the first book, and people will always put their coins behind a first book so much more than anything else. And so like the 70 plus copies that I sold in those first couple days for a second story, literally nothing will ever compare unless I get traditionally published. So yeah, go buy the book, please, or at least like go request it through your library, because you can do that. You can go request it through your library, request for them to buy it, because then more people get to read it and it'll be in the library system, which is really cool. So I'm gonna stop talking because I've been talking for a long time. But as you can tell by the sound of my voice, yeah, welcome to the vlog. Let's see what we get up to. It's gonna be an interesting weekend. Maybe it'll be very creative. Maybe it'll just be me sitting on my couch playing video games. Who's to say? But either way, welcome to the vlog. I'm so glad you're here. What you doing, Baba? Priya. Hello friends, happy Saturday. I have a headache that I've been trying to beat all evening, so I'm going to bed. But reading news that I will extrapolate on more tomorrow. A DNF'd a book. No, that was yesterday. That was yesterday. I read a book in its entirety, but like kind of low-key skimmed the last half. Interesting, weird. It was tagged as dystopian on Storygraph, which is why I picked it up. And then I started reading The Bone Season, the updated manuscript by Samantha Shannon. And I'm really enjoying it. really enjoying it. I do remember enjoying the original one when I read it a couple years ago, but this one's good. But yeah, I'm going to bed. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hey, what are you doing? The one eye shines from beyond the doorway. You're so cute. You want your mouse? You gonna come here for your mouse? Oh, two eyes appear. Oh, she goes. Hi, baby. Oh, pretty girl. Hey, I hear ya. What's going on, baby? You're meowing over nothing? Or everything? What do you see? Okay, what is that? You wanna go up? Do you see a buck? You wanna go up? Oh yeah. Expect to see it? Oh, I know. Is that not what you wanted? What's that? Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? Here, expect to see it. No. Oh yes, inspect. Very good. Good job. Is that better? Is that better? Did you see a bug somewhere? Did you see a fruit fly? Is that why? Oh. Well, there's a nice dog inside. You get big friendly dog. Hey? What do you see? Look at that swishy tail. Good girl. What? Oh yeah? You're summoning your people? What's going on? Goosey lady. Holy fuck. What a book! Oh my god, it's so noisy in here. Hold on. Hello, friends. Happy Sunday, technically Monday, because it's 2:40 in the morning, but I just finished the Bone season. Holy shit. I knew Samantha Shannon had game. I knew she had game. Girlie's got so much game. This was so good. What the actual shit? I have not felt this way over reading a book in a while. This is akin to the feeling I had when I was a kid, and I just want to consume the entire series now. So of course I went and grabbed the audiobooks for the next ones, and the second book's here on my lap. Do I actually have time to start reading it right now because it is currently 2:40 on a Sunday night? No, but I just wanted to hold it in my hands. Holy shit. So, okay. Before I get into this, I've read 2 other books this weekend. This is my 3rd book of the weekend. Holy shit. Like I said earlier in this vlog, I got a hankering on Friday to be creative, I guess. And I have been planning one of the 3 projects that I spoke about in my writing update video. I haven't actually purposely worked on it since that big brain dump of ideas and massaging what I already have in my brain to flesh out a beginning. But after that, and I asked you guys to leave me recommendations for standalone dystopians in my comments, which I still would love. If you have any ones that you really love, leave them in the comments because I think that's great. I did go online and Google it because I have the ability to do so. And I also looked at Storygraph, and I forgot that you could filter by certain terms in Storygraph, so I filtered by dystopian, and I looked at the ones directly on my shelf on my own book list, and I came up with a bunch, of course, including Gutter Child by Jill Richardson, Sunrise and the Reaping, and then All This and More, by Pong Shepherd. So on Saturday, I really wanted to read something different. I ended up reading All This and More in its entirety. This is something that I picked up specifically because I was so intrigued by this. This is the same author who wrote The Cartographers, which I have not read, and I don't think I will because it's not a concept that really intrigues me, but I knew of this author because of The Cartographers. And then when this came on the scene, this is a choose your own adventure novel for adults. And I was like, what do you mean this is dystopian? I must know. So this follows our main character, Marsh, as she is given the opportunity to go on this reality TV show that uses the concept of quantum bubbling. I don't know if that's a real thing or that's just something that they thought up in here. I don't know science, but I don't think it's a real thing. I think it's a completely fictional concept. But it's this concept that you can take a couple people into this bubble and affect their lives in a specific way. So you, one person has control over the bubble, and you have countless decisions that you can do. You can change your reality, and you can mold it into your perfect life. So that is the concept of this reality TV show. There was a season 1, and that lady, Talia, it was pre-recorded and then released to the public, and it became this absolute phenomenon. Season 2 never aired. They were filming it, something happened, season 2 never aired. And then season 3 comes along, and Marsh gets the opportunity to be the lead of it, I guess. She gets the opportunity to go into the bubble and change her life. And so this is following her through all the different decisions, all of the ins and outs of her life, of what makes her a perfect candidate for the bubble and all this kind of stuff. And then she's in the bubble and she's going through all these different choices with Talia at her side, because she's Talia's her showrunner or whatever. Things start to go a little off. There's little glitches with the bubble, and it's this slow unraveling of reality in a kind of interesting way. I gotta say, I started skimming it around the second half because I got to about page 170 and I was like, okay, I'm exhausted with this book. It felt like big changes were happening in our main character's life, one after the other, and then we were just changing things and switching things up, and then I was exhausted with this narrative. And so I just wanted to know what happened. I didn't want to I wasn't invested. I didn't give a shit about our characters. But it was a really intriguing way to do things. I read this straightforward as a novel. I did not do the choose your own adventure stuff until the very end, because there's reasons until the very end. And I gotta say, that was a very intriguing way of doing things, to see how the author mapped it out in their head. And then when you get to a certain point near the ending, you have this chunk of pages that are different options that you could have taken throughout the book that I didn't. I just kept reading the book as it was. So I read through those and they did not make any sense linearly with the story, and I was very confused. I was very confused. But I would say if you like that kind of a novel that is, it's comped on the flap here to The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, which I know is an incredibly polarizing book, and Kate Atkinson's Life After Life. It is something. I don't know if I liked it, and I did skim the last chunk of it because I just didn't give a shit. I just wanted to know what was happening and what would happen. And I gotta say, like, the endings that it gave you, the possible endings, as, like, the reader chooses, were so unsatisfying. Like, the one that I wanted and the one that I was like, okay, this is the correct answer, obviously, for obvious reasons. It was so short and so unsatisfying, and I hate that. I hate that. I read all 3 endings. I read every word in this book, basically, just to, like, get all the information. And it was a really interesting way that this book was laid out, I gotta say. Really cool way it was laid out. But, like, what the fuck? I don't know. I gotta think about that one before I, like, rate it anymore. Anyways, then I started reading The Bone Season. But today, I had Inferno's Heir by Tiffany Wang sitting on my coffee table, and I was like, I really just want to read this one today. So I did. In its entirety, I read it top to bottom, and this was good. It says, literally in the audiobook, I have a couple qualms with the audiobook. First of all, it's narrated by Natalie Naudus, who I know is a very beloved audiobook narrator. I can't stand her anymore. I've listened to way too many books of hers, and every time I hear her voice, I'm like, so aware it's Natalie Naudus. And that really takes me out of things. Her voice irks me now, which is so unfortunate because she does a really good job on her audiobooks. Like, she really, really tears and, like, puts her performance behind it. But there's a choice made to make Natalie Naudus do the entire audiobook in an accent, which is a choice because it's Natalie Naudus. She is a well-known audiobook narrator, and she is American. To have her do a very exaggerated British accent the entire way through this was a choice. Why didn't you just get someone with a British accent to narrate this? Why did you pick Natalie Naudus to do a fake British accent the entire time? What the fuck was that decision? I hate that decision. Like, because it's so clearly, like, it's Natalie Naudus. Like, obviously the casual listener is not going to know, but, like, you'll know as soon as you start listening that it's a fake British accent, because that is not an authentic British accent, you know? And the fact that she had to keep it up for this long, crazy. Anyways, that's my gripe with the audiobook. I liked this book, but at the beginning of the audiobook and at the end of the audiobook, it states very clearly that this is a standalone in this world. This is not a standalone story. It just isn't. Like, sure, whatever issue brought up in here is sort of wrapped up in the end. You could read it as a standalone and not move on, but, like, there are so many loose ends, and it very clearly sets up for a sequel at the end. So this is not a standalone. What the fuck? Like, I don't understand why it's stated twice in the audiobook that it is a standalone. It is not. Like, the sequel is coming out. Tempest's Fury or something? Like, it's coming out in October, and it follows the same characters, like, 6 months later. Like, it follows the same story. It's not a standalone. This is like a duology or a trilogy, however many books are going to end up being in this. Like, the stories don't stand on their own, so they're not standalones. Anyways, this book was okay. It was good, I think. I really enjoyed the writing. I think it was good. I think it was very solid. There's something missing in here, though, for me. I don't know what it is. I can't quite pinpoint if it's something to do with the world building or the character depth, because we're given this story of this princess she's called the halfling princess the entire time by her brother, who's awful. Like, think the Emperor Chandra from the Jasmine Throne level of awful. Joffrey from Game of Thrones level awful. He's just a garbage human being. Her brother is becoming king at some point when he turns 21, I guess. They're waiting for that moment. And she is, I don't know what the fuck she's doing, really. Like, I don't understand her motivations right at the beginning of this. She is friends with this thief, and she's, like, also kind of just does her own thing, even though she has been betrothed to this evil man in, like, 6 months because her brother has all the power over her. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so when her brother Jura moves to crush a rebellion that seeks to overthrow the monarchy, Taya, which is our main character, sees one last opportunity to ensure her own safety. She decides to infiltrate these rebels, the Dawn something or fuck another. I literally read it today, and I cannot tell you because I just also read Dawnbreaker. There we go. I just read Bone Season. Brain doesn't have good memory. So she decides to try and infiltrate these rebels, locate their base, and betray them to Jura in exchange for her own freedom. Like, she's basically like, this thing that you're so obsessed with, I'm going to basically hand them to you on a silver platter. So she decides to worm out these people. There is a rumor of this girl who has the power of the royal family, which is not supposed to be a thing. So there's like rumors of the king's infidelity, even though the king isn't alive anymore. And Taya is like, no, my dad was so in love with my mom, or his wife, like, there is no way, because of the way that he like completely shut down after she passed away. Like, there's no way that he had an affair or had another kid somewhere out of wedlock. Like, that's just not a thing. So there's just this random girl with fire powers that like is never really explored as to why she has fire powers. Also, Kira or however you say her name, she's so meek and like a flimsy piece of paper, and she's supposed to be this big like champion symbol for these Dawnbreakers rebel thing, but I really did not feel any sort of way towards her character. So I don't know, maybe she's gonna get a little better in book 2, but like the way that things end in book 1, I don't know if we're gonna see a lot of her. So it's like, why was she so, like, she was so weak and feeble, and like, not in the way of like, oh, I'm so weak and feeble, I can't do anything, but like as a character, she was a weak character. Like, she just didn't have a lot of substance to her. She kind of felt like a flimsy, not fleshed out like ghost of a character, you know? So that kind of bothered me. Our main character, Taya, is very clearly fleshed out. She is ruthless, and she also cares very deeply about her own morals and her own goals, which I really enjoyed. I wish we had more insight to her friend, the thief, because her thief friend kind of comes in only when it's like important, but I really enjoyed Enna. She seemed really, really cool. My phone's dying, so I gotta move you. Or maybe I can reach this. Can I reach you? Oh, maybe we can. Hey. So yeah, I take issue with some of the characters in here. I do take issue with some of like the fleshing out of stuff. It wasn't quite perfect for me. It's supposed to be this found family heist situation, because to get into the Dawnbreakers, Taya promises, or like is told basically by the ruler, or like the leader of the Dawnbreakers, the leader of the rebellion, that she has to try get this like mythical stone from this like prison that her brother can only really access. And because she's the halfling princess, like, she doesn't have very much authority anywhere. So it's this interesting double heist at some point. I don't know. It was a heist book. It was interesting. The ending was very interesting to me. And I will be reading the second one. And I think it was good. It was a solid read. There were just a few things that made it a little imperfect in my head, which might just be me. So who knows? Anyway, so I read that today. And then I finished The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, which is the revised edition, the 10th anniversary edition. Holy motherfuck. Samantha Shannon has so much game. Holy shit. I don't remember anything about the original Bone Season book that I read a couple years ago, except for the very beginning when Paige is captured. Like, in my head, I knew Sage was part of a crime syndicate, because the people, they're called unnaturals, but they're not actually unnatural. Clairvoyants are hunted, essentially, and she's part of the crime syndicate that has a bunch of voyants, and hi Sweetness, and she is a very rare voyant, one that they've never really seen before, and they have not. Are you chatting to me? Oh, wow. Tell me more. She's got thoughts about this book, too. What's up, baby? Wow, okay. Oh, yeah? I know it's bedtime. I'm talking to my friends. Anyways, I knew that Paige was part of this crime syndicate, and I knew that she gets caught right at the beginning, because that's like the whole thing of this book, is she gets imprisoned basically in this camp for clairvoyants by these like almost alien-like people. They're called Rephaim, or the Refs. Rephaim? I think that's how you say it. I don't know. They're called Refs throughout the whole thing. REPH''S. And they are training the clairvoyants to basically help like build an army, sort of, and like protect humankind from these mythical monsters that are breaking through. What, my girl? You're being so chatty today. It's this whole thing. So Paige at the beginning gets caught from London. It's like it's alternative future dystopic London. So she gets put in this camp, and she gets picked by this guy who goes by Warden the entire time, Arcturus Warden, which is interesting because he is the blood consort to the like leader lady. And so it's this whole like survival thing, this training thing, this uncovering of some things. And God, the dystopic is so I remembered nothing from this book. I remembered nothing from it. I was so shocked. Every time things were happening, I was like, I don't think this happened in like the original book. I don't know what's going on in this here House of Commons, but like, holy shit. Hi, sweetness. What's up? You're being so chatty today. You're being so chatty. What's up with that? You want to come cuddle? No, because you don't cuddle. Anyways, so 3 books down. Fucking loved this shit. It was so good. Catch me immediately picking up the Mime Order because that's literally in my hands right now. God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to keep going. I did not feel this way when I first finished the Bone Season a number of years ago, the original version. Like, I did not feel this pull to keep going with the series immediately. So whatever Samantha Shannon did when she got to revise this thing and like whatever she added, this was incredible. It was so good. And oh my God, I love Paige's magic or powers or whatever she has. I love her voyantness, her clairvoyance, like the ability to dream walk. She's called a dream walker because she can pull her spirit from her and like go into other people's dream states. It's a whole thing. And she starts to be able to use that as a weapon at some point in this. And she just keeps getting like better and better at this ability, and it like keeps unlocking more abilities in this ability. And it's so cool, but it leaves her with debilitating migraines. I love a magic system or a power system or whatever that has consequences on a person. Like, it makes so much sense that she would be racked with these debilitating migraines from this because she is undergoing something so intensely unnatural, and like it's just insane. Like, and she can inflict this pain on other people too. Like, that's what she was doing as a kid when she didn't really know what it was. She was giving people migraines and giving people nosebleeds and like attacking the brain and like the dream center, and it's really cool. I really enjoyed what Samantha is building with this magic power system. I don't even want to call it a magic system. It's power. And like the things that people can do with this power is so neat. Like, we have oracles, we have soothsayers, we have, you know, it's all listed out in the back here of like what people can do. And there's like different layers of it because 7 orders of clairvoyance. There's soothsayers, which are the most commons. There's the augurs, then there's mediums, then there's censors, guardians, furies, and jumpers. Furies and jumpers are the most rare. And we meet a fury in this. He's an unreadable. We meet Paige, who's a jumper essentially, and she is a dreamwalker. And we also meet an oracle, which is really cool because oracles are also jumpers. Anyways, I really fucking loved this. I loved this, and the way that it like sparked so many things in my head for my own dystopian story. We found it, friends. We found it. Anyways, my cat is causing havoc. I've been talking for 22 minutes, but holy shit, what a good weekend of reading. I gotta go to bed. Even though I just want to dive into this and I'm wide fucking awake. But you better believe that's what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. Oh, that was so good. Anyways, that was my weekend of reading. Oh my God, 3 books down. I'll chat to you tomorrow for Monday. Having fun? Hello, friend. I've read this entire book in one sitting. Holy shit! Oh my God! This series is so good! Samantha Shannon, your game unmatched. Oh my god, was this good. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That's literally all I have to say about this one is oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This book was so good. I had no idea where it was gonna go. Because, I don't know, second books are always a hit and miss, right? At least they are for me. It was so good. I fear a new obsession is upon me. It is 2 a.m. I need to wrap this vlog. I finished a second boat season book this weekend. Oh my god, this was so fucking good. It's the second in a series. I can't even really tell you about it, but like, oh, it went in places I didn't expect. Oh, how fun. How wonderful. I love her main character Paige so fucking much. Oh my god. Oh my god. And Warden, what a sweetie pie. I cannot wait to see what happens from here on. Oh, and the found family. Oh, this is it, y'all. Catch me picking up the third one tomorrow. Like, I have no words. So I'm just gonna leave this vlog here, my friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this weekend while I finished 4 books and DNF to 5th. Wow. Okay, catch me reading books 3, 4, and 5 of the fucking boat season series. Oh no, book 6 is not out yet. Book 7, I don't even know when we're getting those. Shit, fuck, balls. Oh, I'm gonna dig myself a grave with this one. I am gonna be so attached to these characters. Oh no. Oh no, here we go. Here we go. It was so good! Oh, thank you, Dystopian Weekend, for turning out this wonderfully. Alright, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I read some great books this weekend. Fuck yeah. I'll catch you in another one very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.